It was not me that did this.
Ah, bricks! They're great for smashing faces!
I'm in pain!
Oh my god, these people have so much wood!
Don't worry, Tanner. You're going to be all right.
You're just holding your hand over me. Look, I don't know how this is supposed to help me oh, damn it. Actually, I feel a lot better.
Come on, you guys. Let's check out what's in the house.
I hear it! I hear it! Don't you hear it?
Tanner, you're having a stroke. Do you smell toast? 'Cause I'm eating toast.
No, shush. It's right here. It's chest. I'm going in. Just above this ceiling.
Where's the chest?
Change of plans. No chest.
No chest?
Nope, no chest. All right, let's go. Next house.
Looks like this place has already been looted. Keep an eye out.
Ha! Typical noobs. Leaving ammo crates unopened like that.
Roach, that's a cooler. What's in there that's gonna help us?
I don't know. Sprite? Cold cuts? Slurp juice!
Not until after you've been shot, mister.
Aww.
God, these gnomes are creepy. Ugh.
Hey, Tanner, check it out! Looks like there's a llama on this map. In Mexico, the llama is sacred. Maybe, if we can get to it, it can help us or save us or something.
Roach, a llama is not going to save us from anything. Now, I want you to go collect wood for me.
Yes, sir! So, are you gonna help me or what?
Nope. Once you die, I'll simply step over your corpse, collecting all the wood in a large lump sum.
Oh.
Hey, watch it. Leave one swing until the tree is gone. We don't want people around us seeing it disappear. It'll give away our location. Stop. Don't you do it, mister.
Hey, Marty, did that tree just disappear?
What? No!
Rick, are you high or something? Yes.
I'm serious. All of us have matching tattoos, and it's creepy because I didn't even notice it until now.
Mine looks a little different.
Heads up, squad at 30 Northeast.
Yep, I saw him first. 30 NE New England.
God, I wish I had some way to see long distances.
Here's a scoped assault rifle. Seeing into a distance is all it's good for.
Oh, thanks.
What do you see?
I have no idea. Okay, we're gonna start shooting in 1, 2... Okay, 1, 2... God damn it. You know, Anya, I never really asked you what you're in for. You're a prisoner, right?
I was a spy. I knew too much. I was framed. I'm in prison. Happy?
Jeez, Anya, why are you so salty?
I'm not salty. It's just not worth talking about.
Nah, you salty. You salty springs, dog.
Look, that one's falling behind. I got him.
Roach, build a support. Walls first.
Okay, hold on.
Forget it.
Nice wall. He's won.
He's not one. He's got a full shield.
Got him. Now stand still.
The Raptors have done it. They've stopped the Golden State Warriors from three-peating. It's Breeze. He had 15 points in the first quarter. Kawhi Leonard has actually stopped two teams from three-peating in NBA history. LeBron James on the Heat, and now the Golden State Warriors. And this is why Michael Jordan, he's known as the GOAT, because in the modern era, with all these teams, he was able to three-peat twice. And this Golden State Warriors team, many people believe that this is the greatest team ever assembled, and yet they couldn't three-peat. They couldn't stay healthy. And they also weren't as dangerous this season as they were the first two seasons. That's usually what happens. Every season, it's tougher to stay on top. The last three-peat in NBA history belongs to Kobe and Shaq's Lakers. Since then, we've had Kobe and Pau Gasol. They go back-to-back. They couldn't three-peat. Then you've got LeBron James on the Heat with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. They go back-to-back. They can't three-peat. Now the Warriors go back-to-back. They can't three-peat. But with all the injuries that the Warriors had to deal with, it's pretty impressive that they're in the finals. And they even won 2 games, too. They didn't get swept. They came out here. They were fighting in every game. giving it everything they got. You see Klay Thompson just popping a three in transition. They're swinging that ball around, and Klay gets left wide open. They have so much movement on screens. You got to cover Curry. He's so dangerous. You just forget about Klay sometimes. Then in transition, this is the bad news for Warriors fans. Klay Thompson goes down. It's a knee injury. And after the game, we find out he has a torn ACL. During the game, nobody knew how severe this injury was. And that's nothing bad on Danny Green. He didn't foul him hard or anything. He was just going for the block. It was an awkward landing. The Warriors actually allowed him to shoot 2 free throws. He left the court. Then he was in the hallway. He comes back into the game to shoot the free throws just in case if he can come back in later. Because if you leave the game and you don't shoot your free throws, you can't come back. So it's very interesting with the Kevin Durant injury and now Klay, the fact that the Warriors allowed him to go back on the court, now knowing that it's a torn ACL, there's going to be a lot of finger pointing going on. So he makes both free throws. And what's crazy, as he's hobbling back, a lot of Warriors players, they were angry that they intentionally fouled because they thought maybe he could stay in the game somehow, but you could see that Klay is in crutches. So now they have to go the rest of the game. They do have a slight lead, and look at Iggy! That is a big-time three. He had a good game. Draymond Green was absolutely terrible. He had like 8 turnovers. He basically did nothing. He has no moves. He can't score if he has a mismatch. He can only score if he's wide open. 5 minutes to go, the game is tied. Iggy's going to pull up again, make another tough shot over Kawhi. It really looked like the Warriors were going to survive again late down the stretch. But then Fred VanVleet, the mean step-back splash to give the Raptors the lead. The Warriors need a timeout. That's Drake and his crew. They're celebrating. Still plenty of time to play. It's only a 4-point game. Shot clock cheese, Kyle Lowry. This is a tough shot fading away over Curry. He gets the bounce on the road. But the game is not over yet. They're only down by 3. Boogie goes to the basket, makes a tough layup. It's a 1-point game. And this is the type of dramatic playoff series that NBA fans have been asking for. It goes down to the wire. What a game and what a series. Raptors are going to call a timeout. Both teams, you can tell, are very nervous. Siakam takes Green to the basket. He's got him reaching. You reach, I teach. It's a 1-point game, and this is hilarious. Raptors up by 1. They're going to trap Kawhi. They get it out of his hands. Danny Green being defended by Draymond Green. He throws it out of bounds. The Warriors have a chance to take the lead with 9 seconds remaining. Danny Green should have just held on to the ball. Why would you do that? They're going to go to Curry. The inbound goes all the way across the court. Curry gets a wide open look, and it's off. And we thought that timeout in Game 5 was bad. Check out this timeout. Draymond Green calls it, but the Warriors don't have any timeouts left. So that's a technical foul for the Raptors, and they're going to win the championship. They're going to stop the three-peat. What a way to lose for the Warriors. Curry, he had a good look to be the hero in the clutch. He couldn't do it. And the Raptors win their first NBA championship. Kawhi Leonard, Finals MVP. He would have been unanimous, but Hubie Brown said Fred VanVleet was his Finals MVP, so he got 11 of 12 votes. Every kid dreams of breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record. What maneuver could possibly be smoother? 100 points in a game? We know it really happened, but there's no video evidence. Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. The 2019 All-Star Game with Dwayne Wade and Dirk as special guest. Getting us started, it's a lob to Giannis. He finished with 38 points. And of course, since it's the All-Star Game, you're going to see a lot of dunks. There's Middleton making it splash. Now look at that touchdown pass to Jokic for the layup. Team Giannis jumps out to a huge lead. Here comes Dirk and Wade. They're both going to get checked into the game, and Dirk is going to let it go from way downtown. Splash! that wasn't the only three that he would make. He's gonna pop another one. They leave him wide open. That's disrespect for the veteran. Here's Dwayne Wade making a three on the other end. Both of these guys are having a lot of fun tonight. Now Dirk is gonna let another splash rip. Smiles are flying everywhere. Transition basketball. Here goes a 360 from Paul George. Gotta take another look at that one-hander in slow motion. The play of the night, maybe. Oh, what a pass from Steph Curry off the ground to Giannis. That was beautiful. Gotta take another look. It went up to where the shot clock is, right on the money. The crowd was having a good time in this one. Killer Klay Thompson knocking down the three. And then LeBron James throws down the slam. That's not his best slam of the game, though. The best slam is coming up a little bit later. Here goes a quick steal and the finish. Before this game was played, most people said that LeBron, his team, was a lot better than Giannis. But so far, they have the lead. Here comes Dwayne Wade off the glass to LeBron James. It's that Miami Heat connection once again. Everybody was going crazy. Here's Paul George dancing. He's going to pull up for three. One more look at those dance moves he's putting on James Harden as he fades away. Back on the other end, the threes are flying. Killer Klay in the corner. It's a very good game in the third. They're going to start to get back in, and look at that three from way downtown, from the logo. Damian Lillard. The bench is loving what they're seeing. Lillard going to do it again. Splash! Team LeBron finally gets back into the game. They tied with that deep three. You already know it's going to be a crazy fourth quarter. Steph Curry gonna let it go, and he's got the foul. It's a 4-point play at All-Star Weekend. Both of these teams do not want to lose. They want that extra money. Why not? Look at Curry getting fancy. That's a left-handed hook. Running in the lane. He faked the pass, too. Okay. Not a lot of time left. Somebody's going to have to do something. Kevin Durant, he gets it cooking. He finished with 31 points. He's going to step it back for the three, looking like Reggie Miller. Team LeBron appears to be in control with about 5 minutes to go, and then Giannis going to throw down a vicious slam. He scored the most points tonight. Here's LeBron James with the step back in the corner. And they're extending that cushion. More transition action. Another lob to LeBron James. Klay is raising the roof on the bench. And then Kyrie with the behind-the-back move. He's going to throw it up in the paint, making it look easy. Team LeBron is going to win this game, but look at Steph Curry with the lob to himself off the ground. Kevin Durant is the MVP of the game. The final game, it's going up against Giannis at the point guard position for 12-0. Uh-oh. Oh, what the? Bang! They need a timeout. Here's the matchup that everybody wants to see. The Rockets taking on the Warriors. It's game one. James Harden and Kevin Durant both scored 35 points. And during this game on Twitter, there were a lot of opinions, a lot of people complaining about the officiating. We're definitely going to get into it, but first, here are the facts. The Rockets shot 29 free throws. The Warriors shot 27. The Rockets took 47 threes. The Warriors took 22. So clearly, Houston was doing what they always do. They're living and dying by the three. Now we got to talk about the flops and the fouls and the no-foul calls. James Harden and CP3 all season long, they've been making a mockery of the rules. They've been flopping like crazy, and tonight they get exposed. It's gotten so bad this season that when the Lakers were playing the Rockets, I know everybody remembers this, they were literally playing defense with their hands behind their backs because they didn't want to foul Harden and CP3. They were trolling. And every team that plays Houston, they're always frustrated trying to play defense. Now, have you noticed that most people, when they defend Harden when he's taking his jump shot, his step back three. Most people contest him from the side, from the right side of him or the left side of him. You want to know why that is? It's because Harden has always thrown his feet 5 feet in front of him. So if you're in front of him, even if you're not in his space, he's going to get in your space. He's going to get in your face. He's going to throw both of his feet right to your feet. And the referees, they fall for. I mean, look at that. Look at that flop from CP3. He turned his body in midair and he's twerking his booty on the defender, on Sean Livingston, trying to draw the foul. And then when he doesn't get the foul for flopping, they're getting technical fouls. They're getting out of the game mentally. This is getting out of hand. And the funny thing about Harden, he's doing a step back, but then when he takes the shot, his feet are 5 feet in front of where he's taking the shot at. A step back is going away from the basket, not going towards the basket. It's unnatural to throw your feet 5 feet in front of where you're shooting at. Nobody does that. When people say that Harden is unguardable, what they mean is we're afraid we're going to foul him. But when you say that Durant is unguardable, you mean he might pop a shot in your face, he might do a one-legged fadeaway from mid-range, or if you say that Giannis is unguardable, he might do a Euro step or a spin dunk. Right? Look at Curry. Splash! With the mismatch. You know his eyes opened up real wide when he got that switch. And now it's time for James Harden to expose himself. At the end of the game, he's looking for a foul. He's looking to get bailed out. He's going up against Draymond Green. First he shoves him. Now he throws his feet right at Draymond Green. And then CP3 gets ejected from the game. He bumps into the ref. I don't think he should have been ejected. Obviously, there was a lot of emotion. He did touch the ref, but I don't think he meant to touch the ref. But what a game and a crazy finish for game one. The Rockets could have won this game if they were in the game mentally, if they weren't getting all these technical fouls, if they were actually shooting threes to make threes instead of trying to draw the foul. I'm not going to let James Harden live. We got to show that again. So first, Harden gets away with the shove. You see Draymond Green is off balance because Harden pushed him off balance. Now pay attention to Harden's feet and look how far back he is when he's going to pull up. And even though he has 1 foot in the back, 1 foot in the front, both feet are going to make it to the same spot after the flop. This is amazing mockery. No other player in the NBA does this consistently like Harden. How do you take off from all the way back there and then land right there? You're not shooting a layup. Why would you do that? Why would you jump forward? Look at his back foot, his right foot. How does he get that foot all the way to the three-point line, inside the three-point line? What? That's some cheese. It's like James Harden didn't think anybody would see him flopping. We'll see what happens in game 2. If you sag off, your swag's off. They really gave Greg Oden a 3. I just popped a 3 with Bill Russell defending. Oh, I stole it. Let's see if I can deliver it to the mailman. The inbound oop. Look at this play. Look at this beauty. Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. No CP3 again. No Andre Iguodala. Rockets, they blew a golden opportunity in Game 6. They had a great first half. They collapsed in the second half. They start off the game, and they get Klay Thompson with 3 fouls in the first quarter. He would have to go to the bench, and the Warriors are going to have to play the rest of the first quarter without him. He only had 2 points at this point. James Harden, dribbling, crossover, gets into the lane. That's a tough layup off the glass. Rockets are going to go ahead and extend this lead, go up by double digits, just like they did in Game 6. They were actually up by as much as 15 points in the second quarter. The lob to Capella. After they don't want to switch, they're going to do it again. This time Eric Gordon lets it go from way downtown. Steve Kerr looks a little bit worried. Another turnover pass. James Harden throws it down. The crowd goes crazy. It's a 15-point lead with no CP3. I tried to tell you, the Rockets don't really need CP3 to get this done. They just got to focus. This might be the play tonight for the Rockets. Behind the back pass to Capella for the slam. And he's flexing after that one. What a play, what a finish. It's looking like the Rockets are going to go to the finals to end the first half. Shot clock cheese, coast to coast. Eric Gordon banks it off the glass at the buzzer. But then in the third quarter, the Rockets collapsed, and they would miss 27 consecutive threes. They missed 14 threes in the third quarter alone. And look at Curry. What an illegal screen by the rookie Jordan Bell. But guess what? They're going to do that again a little bit later. Durant hits a big three to tie the game. No hesitation. Here's Curry, gives it to Bell, gets it right back. Another screen in the corner for the splash. The Warriors have the lead, and it was at this moment when everybody knew the Rockets were going to lose this game. They continued to launch threes, and they continued to miss. They missed 27 threes in a row, and it was just so disappointing to watch because they were actually passing up shots in the paint, and from mid-range, they were only shooting threes. They were forcing threes. Here's Curry, letting it go. That's a dagger, and it's only the third quarter as we move into the fourth quarter. James Harden, he's dribbling, gets to the rim, turns it over, gives it to Curry, who's going to give it to Clay. He pump fakes away the defender, makes it splash, nothing but net. And then Kevin Durant with the shot clock winding down from way downtown over James Harden. This is heartbreaking. At home, the fans can't believe what they're seeing. Gordon goes to the rim. They're going to take another three. And finally, they get one to drop. But it's too little, too late. Gordon going to slash once again. He's going to make a tough layup. That's what they should have been doing when they were up by 15 points. Keep attacking the paint. You had Klay Thompson in foul trouble. Keep attacking. Stop settling. Stop forcing threes. Warriors going to do what they do if you let them. If you leave the door open, they're going to sprint running through that door. We saw the Celtics. They left the door open for LeBron James, and you saw what LeBron did. Clay gets the steal. Eric Gordon thinks it's going to Durant. It goes to Draymond Green. Warriors advance. Harden is actually smiling. Wow, so the robot was going to get replaced, and he got mad. He must have heard me laughing at him. He must have heard me laughing at that pathetic reason to get mad.
Check out this pack job. DQ packs all the treats into the new Drumstick Aero Caramel Blizzard. The only thing more packed with summer good...
Little Michael Jordan again on the money play. Here's Jordan. They got a foul to waste. Remember now, Michael beats on the drive. You can grab it. He pulls up for the jumper. Shaw with a long rebound. Chicago does not have a foul. 17 seconds to Perry. The pull-up jumper by Perry. The rebound by Shaw. Offensive rebound. That's what we talked about. Second shot. Boston wins.
It's November 6th, 1990. A ringless 27-year-old Michael Jordan and his Bulls have gotten the season off to a slow start. Back-to-back losses, and now with time winding down against the Celtics, they are looking at their third loss in a row. Not the most ideal way to kick off the season. But little did he know, this stretch of losses would go down as one of the most significant events in his entire career. Because for the next 2,777 days, Michael Jordan would never lose 3 games in a row again. Sax has provided us with the most beautiful, inspiring background music we could ever ask for. It really hit home with its fat bass and smooth jazz riffs. But, unfortunately, the studio that owns the original sample from decades ago won't let us use it anymore. I know. I might as well just delete my channel now. But as much as it hurts, we must rise and stand tall for our fallen brethren. So let's take a moment of silence for the incredible, the incomparable Trap Sacks. But if there's anything that can cheer a basketball fan up, it is a ridiculous, awesome Michael Jordan story. And boy, do I have just that. Of all the accomplishments MJ had amassed in his 15-year career, possibly the most impressive and untouchable feat is one that you have probably never even heard of. A couple years ago, someone pointed out that from November 7th, 1990, up until the day Jordan won his 6th ring and hung up his Bulls jersey for good, he did not lose 3 consecutive games. That's 2,777 days without losing 3 games in a row. 500 regular season games, 126 playoff games, coming to a grand total of 626 matchups without a single 3-game losing streak. Now, when I first heard this, I was skeptical. I mean, a streak of this caliber sounds virtually impossible. In fact, mathematically, it is virtually impossible. But after further investigation, I'll be damned. This man really went 9 years, almost an entire decade, without taking 3 L's in a row. I'm searching, digging desperately to find out the truth surrounding this claim, and it is 100% fact. As if Mike didn't already have enough accomplishments. As if the man wasn't shitting on the competition bad enough, 2 decades after he laced up for the last time with the Bulls, and we are still uncovering pieces of his dominance. To put the magnitude of this streak into perspective, in 2010, Ben Blatt of the Harvard Sports Analysis Collective crunched the numbers on such an absurd streak, and his calculations revealed some absolutely absurd numbers. The probability of an average NBA team accomplishing such a streak is, you ready for this? About 1 in 1 quadrillion, or 0.0000000
2 hours later.
000166, which is a number so vast and so unlikely that there really isn't anything to compare it to. For example, the odds of a high school basketball player making it to the NBA is about 1 in 3,200. Odds of one day becoming an NBA champion are about 1 in 22,500. Odds of winning an Olympic gold medal are 1 in 662,000, and odds of winning the Powerball, 1 in 300 million. So, yeah. MJ pulling this off is mathematically by far his greatest accomplishment. Now, you may be thinking, this was a team effort rather than an individual one, so the Bulls should be getting credit as well. And although this is a valid point, when you look into the numbers, you'll see that this isn't quite true. Due to Mike's first retirement and players coming and going, even MJ's own teammates don't have a streak like his. Although Dennis Rodman racked up one hell of a streak himself. Check out the current streaks of NBA teams in regards of games since their last 3 consecutive losses. Including the playoffs, no team has managed to go even 90 games without losing 3 in a row. In fact, only 6 teams have strung together more than 20 games without losing 3 consecutively. Look at how many teams have 0 games since their last 3-game losing streak. 0. If you add up all the streaks from every NBA team, they still don't come close to Mike's 626. Absolutely insane. If we take a look at some of the more dominant teams in modern NBA history, you will continue to realize how difficult a streak like this truly is. Michael's streak spanned 8 years and 7 active seasons, and only came to an end because he retired. The reigning NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors, lost 3 in a row just this past season in November. The three-peat Lakers lost 3 games in a row in February of 2002, nearly 3 years after their streak began. Throughout the last 5 years, the Warriors have been the winningest team over any 5-year stretch in NBA history, and even they lost 3 games in a row on 4 different occasions throughout this 5-year stretch, including the infamous. Now, don't get it twisted. There were a few occasions where Jordan's streak nearly came to an end. Like on April 9th, 1991, when the Bulls beat the Knicks by just 2 points after losing their previous 2 games. Or on February 1st, 1993, when they escaped in a 4-point victory over the Jazz. Here's a game from 1996 when the Bulls edged out the Warriors by just 4 points. Jordan dropped 40, and by the way he was playing, he was not gonna lose that game. And then finally, on June 11th, 1997, when the Jazz nearly beat the Bulls 3 times in a row in the NBA Finals. Of course, Jordan wasn't gonna let this happen, so he dropped 38 and Chicago won by 2. And when you look at the numbers in these potential streak-ending games, it's almost like Jordan knew he had this streak going and was ready to go to any lengths to not see it come to an end. That, or the more likely fact that MJ was the ultimate competitor, and anytime he lost back-to-back games, he came out locked and loaded, ready to absolutely bury anyone who stood in front of him. So, knowing the player MJ was, this isn't too surprising. But when you take a closer look at the numbers, assess the astronomical odds of this feat, it's hard not to be amazed. And I find myself saying this after every single Michael Jordan video, but what else should we expect? I'll leave y'all with this. Here is a chart showing streaks of games without 3 consecutive losses by all-time NBA greats and current stars. These are streaks held by some of the best players of all time on historical teams. Towards the bottom, you'll see Giannis, Harden. Durant has had a decent streak of his own at 181 games. If you go up the list, you'll see Shaq, Kobe, and Steph floating around 300. And way up there at the top, all alone, is Michael Jordan in a league of his own. Now, before I let y'all go, a good friend of mine recently started a YouTube channel similar to mine, but with football. It's called Defying, and he breaks down crazy stories, interesting events, and gets into some of the finer details you never knew before. If you enjoy my channel and you are a fan of the NFL, college football, and even high school football, check out his channel. We have some projects we'll be working on together in the future. Dude really knows his stuff. Check out his channel, show him some love. Man's has some good stuff. But that's gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned, big stuff going on over the next couple weeks. Love y'all, and until next time.
Drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Ain't no such thing as an X-ray app. Okay, you see that?
I'm just gonna quit my current game.
Your hero of heroes once again, sitting down for a shoot interview, me bringing you what goes on backstage, all the intricacies, is that a word, that goes into GTS, and I'm allowed this big, hairy beast into my home once again. We've been friends.
I think last time I was here, I threw up on the floor.
Yeah, we've been friends, enemies, and now we're sitting here in my house. And I don't know where we stand. Because you know what? I'm supposed to be the jerk. On that bad guy side. And now here I am, and you jumped to the other side. I don't know. Are people supposed to cheer you now? Are people supposed to be behind you because you're against me? I don't know. I don't know. is your mindset. Because Tommy Solani, Hop, they're all against me. They all think that I'm not running GTS right. When I put my fucking blood, sweat, and tears into this show nonstop, 3 days a week, every taping, sweating my ass off in the summer, freezing cold in the winter, all night long editing, uploading, tags, titles, description.
Part of that's your fault.
My fault?
Yeah, because you don't know how to delegate anything to anybody.
Because I can't trust anybody else to do anything.
That's always your excuse. You can't trust anybody to do anything. But you have
about
people
when
like Dale, you have people that are willing to step up and to take on those responsibilities, but you don't let them.
Look at
So
what
that's
happens.
kind of your fault.
Look what happens when I perform, when I have a match, okay? And I hand the camera off to somebody, okay? The camera work is shit. The commentary is shit.
That happened yesterday where it was like, this camera, I don't know who it was, but you handed it to somebody and they were just,
Yeah.
and it's up. But some people, but that's on everybody. Just because one person does that doesn't mean everybody's gonna. You can find somebody. You have to find people's strengths and weaknesses and use them. You know?
Yeah, but I feel they're all weak. Nobody can fucking, even the ones that are, I can trust somewhat.
That's a little narcissistic.
If you
think that only you are capable of doing those things, and yeah, there's some things, I'll give it to you. There's some things that you are the only person that's capable of. But, on the other hand, there's other, Dale is capable of doing a lot. I know he's gone now, Chini, I know would do anything for you, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would be willing to do it, and as far as, the big part of it is the creative end of it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people were frustrated on the roster because there was the views and storylines just weren't going anywhere because your mind was elsewhere. You know what I mean? Your mind was elsewhere, and it still kind of is elsewhere, but you kind of come back a little bit, you know what I mean?
Well, listen, and I'm not going to say that you're wrong, okay? But at the same time, it's, okay, I'm going to try to have a feud with Shamar and Bonifer, okay?
Right.
And then the next day, we build up a feud with Shamar and Bonifer, and then the next taping, Shamar's there, Bonifer's not.
Right.
Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Then the next taping comes, Bonifer's there, Shamar's not.
Right.
Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? So now I restarted them in different views with other people.
Right.
And then they go, well, what happened to my storyline? So you weren't fucking here! My fault.
I mean, the only input I have for that is you can do build-up without having brokers there. You know what I mean? It's not like...
But then they're only doing a promo.
That's true. Or maybe you have them do it, squash somebody, or, you know what I mean?
But why is that interesting for my fans?
That's true.
Okay? Is that interesting to just watch Shamar go in there and do a couple moves on John Marzano? Like, it's not interesting.
I mean, I'd watch that.
And maybe there would be a few people that would say, yeah, I'd like to watch that. But
Right.
I'm saying for the general audience to draw views in,
Right.
putting Shamar in there to throw a couple moves on Marzano and talk about, I'm going to beat up Bonifer. Those life skills. You see where I'm going?
A little bit better.
Yes, I'm trying to teach them, and I'm trying to nurture this roster. Okay?
You got a lot on your plate.
And nobody wants to give me the credit. They all just want to do for anything that bad has happened.
Right.
It's Cripsall.
Right.
When you're in a match with Shamar and it's shit, it's Cripsall. When you are in a match with Shamar and it's amazing, it's because of Onslaught and Shamar.
Right.
I get no fucking credit for anything except the shit.
Right.
I'm willing to take responsibility for everything. Because if a match goes on and it's shit, it's my fault for allowing it to continue being shit. I should say, no, cut this, it's garbage, I can't present this to my audience.
Right.
And sometimes I don't. Sometimes, you know why? I don't want to insult. Right. All right. I don't want to say, hey, that was fucking garbage. But you know what? I cut a match the other day from a show, and the fun
The moment that we first see the LA Sparks and you see Candace Parker on the game, it's just as important for girls and boys to be able to see, that going on. I fell in love with the game of basketball, really learned how to compete, and where I became competitive and always wanted to win. And then I love to win. And I love how the NBA tries to claim that they had the bigs that shot threes and handled the ball before the WNBA. Which I don't know is true. Brianna Stewart, she's that prototype versatility. She's one of those players that she has now to show her that when I'm playing or when someone else Cooper and, you know, who was put around like Tina Thompson. I'm so thankful for them, for inspiring me.
We wanted to make sure that the game was right. At least probably 3,000 to 5,000 animations. For me, it's the entire package. To try and capture all the emotions that we could, represent as many different players as we could. And because the NBA was represented exactly how it should be. And so I think right now, 2K20, super excited for how it's going to it's the perfect time.
We have arrived.
Buy Xbox One, get NBA 2K20. Some guy texted me and said, what happened to my match? And I replied, it was shit.
I've had that happen. Me and Hitman Jones had a match that was cut down to like 30 seconds. You know, even WWE guys have shit matches. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Kid Badass and Zach Ballard are on the level of WWE superstars yet, even though they're parodies, you know, whatever.
Right, no, like they're still learning.
Right.
And I want the audience to know that they're still learning, they're still in training.
There's so much difference between looking at guys like Hobbs and Nightmare and basically those two, and looking at Zach and Kid Badass.
Because they want to learn.
Yeah, and they don't have it in their heads that they know everything already. You know what I mean? Like, they're willing to learn and they're progressive.
Right.
They're not great. They're, you know.
And they'll get there.
Right.
And like I said, I gave Joey Angelo. He was shit when he started.
It took him a long time.
It did take him a long time to come around. And how many times did we powwow around and say, we gotta get rid of this kid, he's fucking terrible. And I said, but you know what? Maybe he might be useful for this. Let's keep him around. He's a nice kid. Right. Whatever. And we've kept him around. Yeah. And he grew into a star because we nurtured him. Yeah. We taught him. And not just me. Everybody did. Right. You know? When it was Emerald, when it was Genie, when it was you, he got in the ring, he worked with the kid, he learned. Yeah. Now he's pretty decent.
Yep.
You know, and that's what I'm looking to do with these other guys, Kid Badass and Zach, and they're going to take time. They're going to learn. But guess what? As soon as they learn, and then as soon as, oh, hey, you got a spot on SWF? Cool. Right. Now they're doing some SWF.
And then they're not showing up to taping.
And then they're not showing up to taping. And somebody at SWF says, hey, man, that Taxi's good. We should put in, you know, put him over to the cruiserweight title at SWF. Now he's, yeah, well, I just walked in SWF and I got a title. Grim never did this for me. Fuck Grim. I'm not going to Grim's. I'm a superstar now. And then it's they forgot the fucking year.
That has happened in the past.
With almost everybody. And again, I'm an asshole for nurturing you, taking you from a kid who couldn't even know how to pick a bump or run the ropes to making you an independent wrestling champion.
Right.
You didn't go to wrestling school. Right. You didn't pay $300 a month. Right. You got it for free. Combined, you got ring time.
Yeah.
You got training. You got brotherhood. You got fun. You got followers. But I was a piece of shit.
Right. And I'll put you over in this sense. When I first started coming around about a year ago, it's been almost a year now that I've been coming around. I went to a school that I tried out, and I didn't make it to the tryouts. Like, I thought I was going to die. And literally, I was like, you know, this is what you guys need. Like, I need to get in better shape before I come out. You know what I mean? But you allowed me to grow at my own speed and pace for my age, you know, ability and time. Right. You and Emerald, Cletus, and Dale, and all the guys. So I'll give you that. That you do give opportunity.
Yep.
To everyone on the roster. Well, you know,
And I feel like as soon as guys get to a certain level, then it's all of a sudden I'm no good anymore. Right. I'm a piece of shit. I'm holding them back. I'm making them do stupid things on the show they don't want to do.
Right.
And it's like, then they don't show up anymore. And then it's, fuck you, Grim. How come so-and-so doesn't on the show anymore?
Here's the thing. It's not about money. It's not. It's about, for me, it's about the love of this and having fun.
Same.
When it stops being fun, you know, it's not for money and it was for fun, so there's no no fun. Well, why are some people, I think people, if they're not having fun, and they're not happy with the general direction of the show, then they're not going to come around. Right. I think that's some of it. I think some of the guys got big heads and think that they were better than the show.
Right. And I get the point where, okay, we're not having fun. When it's a fucking 100 degrees out, and there's 30 guys there, and we have 12 matches to do, and, I'm booking things on the fly like this because, I just thought of something. Hey, come on, over here, come on. Hey, shut the fuck up, I gotta book something. Yeah. But I can see you're a director.
Yeah. You're like a film, a TV show director, really, when you're on the set.
But I can see where, okay, I just stood here for 3 hours in the sun, baking, didn't do anything. This isn't fun for me. I can see that.
Right.
But at the same time, if you participate more, I tell everybody, when the camera's rolling, you're all part of this.
Right.
But they walk off and they go smoke a cigarette. They disappear and go to la. Oh, I'm not needed right now. I'm leaving. No, fucking be part of it.
And it's also, I can attest to this myself. It's all the more time you put into it.
I'm going to give you opportunity.
Right.
Even though I have no idea when you're coming.
Right.
You just show up. But I say, oh, here, I like this guy. I'm going to throw him into something.
Right.
And that's what I do. And I do that for everybody.
Yep.
Never does a guy show up and I say, I have nothing for you, go home.
Right.
Have I ever done that to anybody? Because independent wrestling shows will do that.
Draken. He did it to Draken.
All right, well, he was going to die.
Showed up. He was going to die.
He was going to die.
If he got in the ring with me,
yeah,
he was going to die.
Yes.
Okay.
That man, and I like him. He's a nice dude, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about him. Okay? But, like you said, that one day at the tryout, you almost died.
Yeah.
It was too much for you.
Yeah.
He's advanced age.
Right.
He's
not much older than me or you, but...
Well, yeah, but I was saying, he's a little older. He is in no type of physical condition whatsoever to be wrestling. He got into the heat the one day. The last time he ever did anything physical on the show, he was in the ring for 30 seconds, and he was in his car having chest pains. And I said, dude, no.
Liability.
Right. I said, dude, no. I love you. You're a friend of mine, and I do not want to see you fucking drop dead doing a choke slam in my ring.
I'm not faulting you for that. I was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Have I ever done it before? Ever you do it? The one time you showed
That wasn't because I didn't like him.
Right.
That wasn't because I didn't want to use them.
Do anything.
That was just because you are not healthy enough
Right.
to participate physically in this show.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You gotta make calls like that sometimes.
Right. And okay, and I do remember that now. That was the one time I said, no, dude, I can't. Not today.
I have pictures. There's pictures that never got out of me and Drake next to each other.
Because everybody thought you guys knew
that
this.
we're not the same person.
Yeah. But, going forward here at GTS, what is your direction? Because, everybody blames me. I have 30 fucking guys. I can't sit there and make a direction for everybody. You're the champion.
Right.
Okay? And you're damn lucky that the Hero of Heroes has his sights set on something else, because I have the penny. I could cash in on you and take that championship. I could unify both titles.
You could.
Yeah.
So what's my direction?
Is it avoid Grimm? Is it avoid the cash in of the Hero of Heroes? Is it avoid putting that title on the line against me?
I'll put my title on the line anytime against anybody. Anytime.
I know you got your hands full with Emerald right now. Because he accepted your challenge or whatever for next week.
Yep.
We're gonna have another rematch.
Yeah, he won't give up. He injures himself during training. He injures himself, and then he still wants to go. The guy's crazy.
He's insane. But that's where I see your direction. And as for right now, my direction is due up.
Right.
Your direction is empty.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
If our paths cross, because we had some bullshit in the past.
Yep.
And we had a fucking amazing one-on-one match
Yep.
that you stole from me. Thanks to the leaker.
Yes, which
I had that. I won.
if you were the leaker the whole time, then who was that? There's she.
I wasn't the leaker. It was that old man.
That old man.
Yeah.
What old man?
We covered this. The old man, from the warehouse. I ruined his business. He was trying to ruin mine. Watch the show you're on, shithead.
Okay.
All right, guys. So there he is. That's Onslaught, your GTS champion. And if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Legend. Wait for it. Barry.
Try new Pringles Cruise.
I wanted to take a moment to extend heartfelt gratitude, respect, and adulation in the direction of a 2-time league MVP, a 3-time champion, and the greatest shooter that we have ever seen in the history of basketball in Steph Curry. Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors, after meeting somebody from Howard University who was trying to get a golf program started, Steph Curry himself has agreed to take on that challenge. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that he's done. To sit up there and to give a gift to Howard University to agree to finance its golf program. You just can't say that. That's what it's all about. That's something special. And Steph Curry is to be commended for that. He's an avid golfer. From everything that I've been told, he's sensational. Before I tore my rotator cuff, I reached out to him because I needed a great place to go and get some golf clubs made for myself. And I went to him and got a recommendation from him. He was kind enough to give it to me. But you hear people bragging about his golf game all the time. He not only can play the game well, he loves to play the game of golf. And he's basically subsidizing the golf program at Howard University. Major props to Steph Curry for doing that. Athletes giving back to HBCUs. As you know, I give to my alma mater doing the show from. I feel that I have a responsibility to give back. It's certainly something my late coach Clarence Big House Gaines always instilled in me and emphasized.
The Lakers are on the hunt for a replacement for injured center DeMarcus Cousins. And our Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that the team is planning to bring in Dwight Howard and Joakim Noah for workouts. They'll also take a look at veterans Mo Spates and Marcin Gortat, who is currently playing in Europe. And so for more insight into that, I want to bring Jalen Rose into the conversation. And there he is. He's making his way triumphantly into the studio.
Here the people, what they want.
Okay, Jalen is here. This is an interesting collection of people that they're talking about here. Obviously, the names that everybody...
Where's my phone? I might get a call from the Lakers.
Can you play center? I mean, because if so, they need somebody. Look, I feel terrible for DeMarcus Cousins that this happened. This is a guy, we're going to remember him along with Isaiah Thomas as guys who were on the verge of making huge money and now will probably never see it. The Lakers, meanwhile, are thinking championship thoughts. Can they win a championship with Dwight Howard or Joakim Noah?
No. And it's not because I don't think those guys can play roles that can be meaningful. I just think the West is so very stacked that they're going to miss what DeMarcus Cousins was going to bring to the table. Anthony Davis has already come out and acknowledged he doesn't love playing the center position. And the only other guy they have on the roster is JaVale McGee. Boogie was going to provide some interior scoring. He can make a perimeter shot. He's pretty good with the ball. Dribble handoffs, screening rolls, pick and pops. So if you're working out Dwight Howard, you're working out Mo Spates, you're talking about Marcin Gortat. These guys can come and play a role, but they won't be the reason the Lakers win the championship. And I said this yesterday, and I think it went over a lot of people's heads. I feel Dwight Howard is too accomplished for that role with this in this market. And here's what I mean. Yeah, a future Hall of Famer is about to be on the biggest stage in basketball, playing with LeBron James as an 8-time All-Star, as a future Hall of Famer, as somebody that's been Defensive Player of the Year, as somebody that the Lakers begged to stay so very badly, Greedy, that they put up billboards. I just don't see him making the mental adjustment As you start to play and become a vet, you make the physical adjustment because your body forces you to. But the mental adjustment, I haven't seen him make, but to play a role where he's going to play 4 minutes some nights and have 2 fouls and 0 points in LA. I just don't see that.
I understand what you're saying. And look, Kobe Bryant at the end of his career was not willing to take a role where he would sort of be a secondary player, and I understand that. But if you're Dwight Howard and you've never won a championship and your legacy is going to be a guy who never quite accomplished all the things we thought he could, despite the fact that he'll wind up in the Hall of Fame, maybe he does carve himself out a role there where he is a difference-making player. Of all the names we just talked about, he's the only one who could. Right, Joakim Noah's not doing that. He's not going to be the reason they win. Neither are Spates or Gortat. But Dwight Howard might. Do you think that's impossible?
I don't think it's impossible, but again, from the neck up, Greeny, I saw a player in Charlotte that put up big numbers. He has 17 and 13. Nice numbers. But he's also played on 5 teams in 5 seasons.
Right.
If he doesn't play for Memphis, it'll be 6 teams in 5 seasons. The adjustment has to happen up here. I think Dwight Howard still has some quality basketball left in him. And I believe he thinks that too. I don't believe he thinks that he's a 12-minute-a-game type of player.
Okay, then who should the Lakers get? LeBron needs somebody, right?
Joakim Noah. Because I saw him produce last year. Remember, last year Dwight Howard had a mysterious gluteus maximus injury,
right,
that kept him from performing.
Right.
I saw Joakim Noah play basketball with Memphis last year.
And he can pull that role. Just a few minutes a game, go in and give you the little bit that they may need. He did play better and more last year than most people realize. He did it in Memphis, so people didn't pay a lot of attention. It'll be interesting to see.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlight.
Try new Pringles Cruise.
I gotta tell you, Ramona, it's been a long, long time since I've been this excited about an NBA season. And it's not just
I'm surprised
because
you're not here right now in LA.
Tell me about it. What am I doing in New York? What am I thinking? But I'll be there. But I gotta tell you, not just the 2 teams in LA. Portland's gotten better. Denver's a threat. Utah is a challenger right now. Houston's got Westbrook and Harden now, and what have you. Talk to me about how you're feeling about this NBA season, and whether or not you share the excitement that I share, that this could be the best season in ages.
Okay,
Number one thing I want to see the Lakers versus the Clippers for the Western Conference. That's what I want to see. I want to see Kawhi Leonard and Paul George up against LeBron and Anthony Davis. I want to see Doc Rivers. I want to see Jeannie Buss and Pelinka. I want to see Kobe sitting in the stands. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see Magic back in the stands. I want to see Steve Ballmer going crazy courtside. I want to see LA, the 2 teams in LA going at each other's neck, trying to take each other out for the right to represent the West in the NBA Finals. To me, that would be the creme de la creme of this season.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
That would be real nice.
Real nice.
Titans going up against each other.
Yeah.
To own the city, not just the league.
The city. Yeah. That's right.
You know what I want to see? You know what I'm most excited about this NBA season? The Denver Nuggets competing for an NBA title.
Oh, Lord. I mean, I like them, Will, but I mean, where's the sizzle in that, man? The Mile High City, and I like them. I like the Nuggets a lot. I really do. But come on, Will.
I do too. I like Nikola Jokic and I like Jamal Murray. But you're getting caught up in the details because I am using the Denver Nuggets as a symbol.
Okay.
Because not unlike both of you, the worst thing about the NBA for going on over a decade now that has been predetermined. It's been over before it started. If it wasn't the Warriors, it was the Heat. If it wasn't the Heat, it was the Spurs. If it wasn't the Spurs, it was the Lakers. From pole to pole, from start to finish, we knew who the champion would be. I'm so excited that from start to finish, we have no idea. We could rattle off 8 teams. You said 3 in the East. You could rattle off 7 in the West, who you could make a real argument for having a chance to win it all, including the Denver Nuggets, the Utah Jazz, the Houston Rockets, the Clippers, the Lakers, and on and on. But Stephen A., my point isn't about the Nuggets. Listen to me. It's about the idea that the NBA is up for grabs, that we need to watch because we don't know how it's going to end.
Can I use your analogy?
That it's finally unpredictable and drama-filled.
Can I use your ingredient, like that recipe that Will Kane just threw out there? Let me not lean this way. Let me lean this way. Let me do this recipe that Will Kane just divvied up. I got one better for you than even that. The Golden State.
Absolutely.
Here's why. Steph Curry drafted by the Warriors. Klay Thompson drafted by the Warriors. Draymond Green drafted by the Warriors. Okay, Willie Cauley-Stein no longer in Sacramento. He's up the road now, about an hour and a half in San Francisco. Let me tell you something right now, man. The Golden State Warriors are a better example of what you said about the Nuggets than the Nuggets are. Because if you look without KD, that's who they are. Yeah. They're self-made.
And they won't have
let me tell you something. And not only that, and everybody's counting them out. You're counting out a two-time league MVP, the greatest shooting backcourt this planet has ever seen. And Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, there's never been a shooting backcourt like this. And so what I'm saying is, with the odds stacked against them, because the Clippers are loaded, because the Lakers are loaded, the Portland Trailblazers are loaded. And by the way, major props and congratulations to my man Damian Lillard. Got a rap album out right now. Check it out, by the way. But the point I'm making is, Utah has upgraded with Conley and Bogdanovich and those boys. Denver, of course, you throw them in there. Houston with Russell Westbrook. And I'm saying the Golden State Warriors, your ingredients, are a better example than the Denver Nuggets of what you pointed out.
Of suspense, of unpredictability, of the idea we don't know. Let's do this really quickly. Let me ask you a question. Sure. All right? Lakers, real contenders for a title?
Hell yes.
Clippers, real contenders for a title? Jazz, real contenders for a title? Really?
They're good, but I don't see that. I don't see that. No. I see the Cowboys.
Let's keep going.
If your definition of contenders top 4 in the conference, I think the Jazz have a chance to be that. Yes.
Okay. Nuggets?
Yeah.
Warriors?
Yes.
Rockets?
Yeah.
That's 6. Trailblazers?
Yes.
That's 7. Okay. Who are we forgetting? How about Bucks? Yes.
What about Philly?
You're going to
Sixers?
Yep.
Bucks, Sixers, Celtics. There you go.
Sixers, Boston.
What did we just rattle off? 9, 10 teams? Yes. You're telling me that a third of the league's fan bases have a shot to win the title this year, or a reason to believe that they have a chance to win the title, not to write off the season in February, March, or April?
It's like more parity than the NFL.
What I'm excited about.
Stay with this thought experience, Stephen A., because there's so many duos, the blockbuster moves. What do you think is going to be the best tandem in the NBA?
Oh, that's easy. That's LeBron and AD.
No.
That's easy.
No Harden, Westbrook, no Kawhi.
Harden and Westbrook are going to be phenomenal as offensive juggernauts. But they gotta play together.
Yeah.
And defensively, Harden's got to show up. When I think about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, both two-way stars, and we know how. And I think the Clippers actually have a better all-around team. Okay, and I'm not sleeping on Portland either, because Nurkic comes back. Even though Hassan Whiteside has been a joke because he stole money from the Miami Heat in the last few years, he's still there now. I think that'll be an upgrade. But when
Embiid, Simmons, with Tatum, Kemba, Draymond, Steph.
Let me tell you what's happening. First of all, it's 2 things, and it's undisputable to me. First of all, for the first time in a decade, LeBron James got some rest. His season ended in April. That's a big deal. And if anybody, and not only that, because he got hurt too, LeBron James is going to destroy people. I mean, this dude's healthy. At 35, I believe he is going to annihilate people in a fashion the likes of which we have not seen in some time. And by the way, Anthony Davis, at some point in time, we just have to remember that the guy is 28 and 12 in his sleep. This dude is a top 5 player on the planet.
No, I got ahead of myself there. You're right. That's the best duo in the NBA, but the Clippers the better roster.
Yeah, I said that.
Let me ask you a question. You don't have to write it in stone, okay? This isn't biblical. It's August 12th, right?
Sure.
Right now, NBA Finals.
Lakers and Sixers.
Lakers and Sixers.
Right now.
What do you think?
Clippers and Bucks.
Bucks ain't going to the final.
Why do you think Bucks? Because a lot of people think the Bucks took a step back.
He thinks Giannis going to get a jump shot.
There it is. I think Giannis takes the next step. I think Giannis takes the next step. You're right. On paper, on their roster, they took a step back, but not a step back enough. But I don't believe Giannis doesn't cover it up with that big, long step he takes to the basket.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.
Hey Hey Google.
Show me a 15-minute taco recipe.
Show me the backyard.
Show me how to make an octopus costume on YouTube. 8 octopus arms.
Get Nest Hub for $69 when you spend $150 on Google Nest products at Best Buy.
Stephen A., will it be a failure if AD does not win an NBA championship?
Hell yeah. Without question. There's nothing to think about here. Dominique, I don't know why you're shaking your head that way. Something wrong with you, man. Something wrong. Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something, okay? This is not football, okay? And I'm saying that to you, and I say that to you respectfully, because I know you know your football. I know you know your sports, but that's not why I'm coming at you like this. I'm coming at you like this because I keep having to reiterate to this to non-basketball players.
Okay.
Unlike most other sports, basketball, give me 2 stars. I'm instantly a contender. Instantly. When you say LeBron and AD, they have not dribbled a basketball together yet officially. Of course, some of the time playing around, stuff like that. But they have not dribbled a basketball together yet in an official capacity as teammates. Not a preseason game, not a practice, damn sure not a regular season game, not a playoff game or whatever. And already, they're title contenders. Why? Because in the sport of basketball, when you are that great, and it's just 2 of you, you're now, let me be very clear. LeBron James, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Everybody, I don't understand this ridiculous noise about people getting on him in the layup line with his kids and all this stuff. God's a great family, man. Leave the man alone, okay? I critique him when he shoots too many damn jump shots. Or scared to go to the free throw line. No, we're critiquing as a parent. That's just